What's a subtle sign that someone is a genuinely bad person underneath a nice exterior? They own and manage a fast food fried chicken chain and are an active member in the community. Their friends are notoriously bad people. I have a supervisor that tells us to come to her with any questions. And when we do, she's obviously pissed that you're bothering her, so she starts off every response with something snarky. Then she tries to make a joke about how she wasn't really annoyed. Just be a jerk. I can deal with that a whole lot better than inconsistency. Accountability. If they have lots of stories about being done wrong but none about times they've done someone else wrong, that's not a coincidence. They don't stick around when it stops benefiting them. Possibly a controversial answer, but if they're overly religious. Especially if they become overly religious overnight. When the only humor they have is at someone else's expense. When you say no to them, you catch a glimmer of the spite in their eyes, even if they try to hide it with a smile. Have been the victim with countless people they gave so much for, but when it comes to them hurting you, they only see what you did wrong and repeat the narrative. If they're performative in the nice things they do, only do them because other folks can see how they treat animals and/or people who work for them/wait on them. The way I break society down is in the form of giving to charity. You have some people who give to charity and expect nothing in return, the giving is its own reward. Then you have the other, people who give to charity, but expect recognition and praise for doing so. It's largely why I dislike influencers or YouTubers etc. who give to the homeless but whilst they do they ram a camera in their face. If you're going to give charity to the less fortunate, it doesn't need to be a televised event. The way they treat people below their position. Obsequious to senior management and people of influence, but leaving scorched earth and damaged individuals in their wake. I've known a few. They say all the right things, but their eyes are dead. Watch and listen how they speak about their clients. There's a line between workplace compliance and contempt. If you work in a hospital, watch how they respond to patients in distress, very confused, or on the spectrum. At a restaurant/bar with coworkers, you get a better picture of person on how they treat waitstaff, who's trying to get out of paying, and how they speak about their spouses, partners, and kids. Also, look for signs of conflict in their vicinity. I've met some bubbly and seemingly friendly people who took joy in creating low-grade hostility between coworkers and friends. How someone treats animals is very similar to how someone treats those they see as below them. I never unfriend someone more quickly than the asshole in high school I saw throw a rock at a mama opossum, with Joey's in tow. Nice in private, picks you apart/critical in public. They're unfaithful in their marriage/relationship. Even if the marriage isn't going well, don't think that's a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's just dirty. Imperial March starts to play every time they arrive. They are consistently rude to service staff but act like it is just a high standard for quality. How they talk about other people is a fairly good indicator. If you offer to help them out but they never offer the same. My husband has a friend who has always rubbed me the wrong way and I've never known why. He's very nice to me, there's no obvious issue, it's just a gut feeling. Anyway, our golden retriever who can make friends with a paper bag met him and wouldn't go near him. That solidified it for me. Nothing is ever their fault, even a simple mistake. There's always some other factor or some other person's actions that led to that mistake. Managers who tell you that you have to do something one or can't take vacation around this time of year but they do the exact opposite. Do as I say not as I do. They don't respect very small boundaries. They have a crazy X narrative. How they react when you say no to them, or to any other loss of control. The things they find funny, if they seem to find suffering, others' misfortune, humorous. Avoid those people. Shitty to animals. I am not going to say abusive because that's more than subtle and anyone that hurts animals probably isn't hiding under an exterior. I mean people that will fuck with animals like deny them food or just treat them shitty, pushing them off the couch just because. The type that gets animals drunk or blows smoke in their face because they think it's funny. They make mention of deserving respect and notoriety for the minor kind things they do. Every single time. Backhanded compliments, especially coming from a woman to another woman. Animals don't like you. They never ask open-ended questions. The reason for this is that they already know everything worth knowing. Dogs and/or cats don't like them. How they treat others when they suddenly gain power over them. We used to have a nice coworker, but since she became the director's favorite, she's turned into a nightmare evil person. She's the second most junior person on the team, but she gets away with everything, and she's gaslighting and cruel every chance she gets now that she's untouchable. They treat service staff horribly. When they find joy in overserving people or seeing people black out. When they don't return the shopping cart to the cart corral. Can't do anything nice without looking for credit for it, posting on Facebook, etc., and bringing the nice things they do up often. Body language, egotistical. How they treat people who can't help them, like janitors, wait staff, and clerks. How they reference the unhoused and those with addiction. If they only talk about themselves and never ask how are you doing. They always have a story of woe where everyone did them wrong. I grew up with a dad who was formally diagnosed with ASPD, and I quickly learned several of his tells. Like crocodile tears, being pushy about forgiveness, etc. The dog stays away from them. Dated a guy who was beloved by everyone at church. Found out he tipped 0% every single time we went out and said, they should get a real job. We lasted 2 months. When you see how they react to a very intense situation that involves multiple people freaking out. If they are mean to animals or wait staff. They don't like animals. I can understand not wanting a pet or having allergies. But, I'm sorry, not feeling a sense of oogie poogie look at the puppy. When you see a cute dog, or cat, or parrot, or whatever, means you are dead inside. It's like a test for your ability to feel tenderness and empathy. You see them pull themselves back all the time, being polite and nice is forced, also those who need religion to guide them to be nice, otherwise they will go to hell. Always wonder what is going on in their head that they need that to be nice. Bad people can fake being good when it benefits them, but good people can't really fake being bad. Look for how someone acts when they aren't receiving any benefit, and that tells you what type of person they are. That isn't to say that good people are perfect, they still have their faults and can exhibit selfish behavior at times. We humans are complicated and complex individuals that tend to exist on a spectrum of good at one end and bad on the other. How they treat staff, like say a waiter or waitress. How they treat service people. When they're trying to sell me something and when I say no and they finally understand I mean no, after saying it like 5 times, they drop the act and start acting like a jerk. Pointless lies. Like, there are a lot of lies that are bad, but understandable. But when someone lies about something they don't need to lie about, where the truth would have no consequences, that in my life experience is 100% an awful person who is going to fuck you over without hesitation. It's whatever they tend to be like when they don't think anyone is watching / can hear, how they treat animals, how they act when surprised or upset.